Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Prince Automation Destination. This side Prince. I hope you are doing well. So today we are going to talk about yet another interesting topic on AI, that is GitHub Copilot integration with Visual Studio Code. So previously we covered GitHub Copilot integration with IntelliJ. In case you want to check out, you can check out the same in 𝐈𝐴𝐿. I'll be sharing the link of same. Today we'll be talking about how to integrate GitHub Copilot along with Visual Studio Code. So what is GitHub Copilot? Let us discuss about it. So it is an AI coding assistant. What does it mean? Meaning it will be assisting us while we'll be writing the code. So with the help of GitHub Copilot, we can get the code suggestions and we'll be able to write the code in minimum effort. It is available for free for individuals and it can be accessed from different IDEs such as IntelliJ, VSCode and many other. Previously we covered IntelliJ and today we are going to talk about VSCode. And GitHub can be accessed from mobile as well, and it can be accessed from Windows Terminal Canary, from command line with the help of GitHub CLI software, and it can be accessed from the GitHub as well. So we are going to talk about VS Code integration, then we'll be talking about how to utilize it in command line, then we'll be talking about GitHub from the GitHub website, right? Now let us try to understand what is AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence, right? Human has a natural intelligence while machines does not have their intelligence. So to simulate this human intelligence in machines so that they can make decisions, this is known as AI, right? Artificial intelligence, because we are simulating it into the machines and they are mimicking like humans. Now, what is Gen AI? So you would have heard of this term Gen AI. This stands for generative AI. AI field which generates something like text, images, right? So like ChatGPT and other tools which are available in the market. So we are typing something to it and in return we are getting the response. So it is generating the text. Some tool are generating the text and some are generating the images. So if I'll take an example of ChatGPT, it is generating the text as well as images now, right? Now what is prompt? Input given to an AI system to generate the specific output. So whenever we want to talk to any system, we need to provide input, right? In the similar fashion, when we want to talk to AI system, we need to send some input, right? So this input is known as prompt, right? And in response to this prompt, AI generates a specific output, right? And this prompt should be accurate so that we will get the accurate output, right? Meaning it should be very well defined. So the field where we learn how to design these prompts to optimize in such a way that we will be able to effectively communicate with AI models, this field is known as prompt engineering and is widely being adopted, and you would have like learned about this particular term, right? So this is high level diagram. So we are inputting, right? We are inputting a prompt. So where we'll be inputting the prompt, we'll be inputting it into the client. So for example, in this case, we have GitHub Copilot, which would be one interface. Here we'll be providing the prompt, and in the background, this particular interface would be talking to AI model, which is known as large language model. It could be GPT-4 or any other model, right? Claude, and like there are many other popular in the market, right? Cloud Sonnet, right? And then we will get the output, right? Now these are the features of GitHub Copilot. It suggests the code and it can give suggestions of code which will help us writing the code faster. We can chat with the Copilot for any query. We can chat to Copilot via command line. It can provide the documentation. It can explain the code. We can also review the code. In IntelliJ, it was not the feature, while in Visual Studio Code as of today, that is 10th of May, it has code review feature as well, right? Now there are different ways to talk to Copilot. We can talk to it via website as well as IDE. So GitHub website and IDE in today's case is Visual Studio. We can talk to it via CLI, right? In order to talk to CLI, this is the documentation available, right? Now let me show you, this is the project, right? So we'll be coming to this, right? Let me jump on to this particular project, right? So this is a Playwright based project which we developed with the help of Bolt AI tool, within 10 minutes. In case you want to learn designing an automation framework from scratch, you can check out my video on how to design a framework with the help of Bolt AI in the 𝐈𝐺ON, right? Now let us try to understand what is this particular framework, right? So it is based on one like source demo app, and it is based on Playwright, right? So it has developed one page object model where we have the pages of the application, and each page contains the locators and their respective actions. And then we have this test section where we have defined, where it has defined the test cases. It has login test case corresponding to login screen, then inventory, checkout, cart, and end to end, right? So these are the test cases defined, right? Now these are some utils, right? So it may be talking to like configuration or something. So this is developed, right? So in Playwright, we have one important thing, that is first of all package.json, where we define the dependencies, right? In any JS framework, we have package.json, as like in Maven, we have pom.xml, right? Now we have playwright.config.js, which is important in case of Playwright, right? So in Playwright, here we define the configuration, right? Where we can mention fully parallel equal to true. If we will give this, it means that it will be able to execute the test cases in parallel. And then forbid only, this is some option which I'm not aware of. Retries, it can be used to retry the failed test cases. Workers is like threads, right, which would be running in parallel. And these are the different reports. These are some configuration, and here how we can define the test cases, right? The projects I'm in, right? So for example, we want to execute our test cases against Chrome. So this is the configuration defined. So browser name is Chrome. This is the variable, and this is where we need to provide the devices. So desktop Chrome, meaning desktop Chrome version it would be using, right? So this is the overall framework understanding, right? Now let us discuss about how to install GitHub Copilot, right? So for that purpose, we will have to click on extensions, and here we will have to look for GitHub Copilot. So in my case, I have already installed, right? So you can install in your case, right? Now let me come here. So after you have installed it, right, we'll have to log in into it, right? So for that purpose, we should have our own GitHub account, right? And here we will find some option to sign in. So you need to sign in, and as soon as you will sign in, you will start seeing these options, right? So it is showing my username, and I'm able to connect to GitHub Copilot, right? And you will see this particular option as well. This is GitHub Copilot option, right? Now let us discuss about the features of GitHub Copilot, right? For that purpose, I'm navigating to this particular e2e.spec.js, which contains test cases related to end-to-end flow of this particular source demo app, right? So if we try to understand, so we have created objects of different pages, right? And then we are logging into it, we are performing a login, right? We are navigating to inventory, where we are adding the items, right? So on, we are adding the item into the cart, we are proceeding for the checkout, right? We're filling the form for the delivery purpose, right? And this is the overall user journey, right? Now let us discuss about GitHub Copilot. So I'm going to right click, right? And here you will start seeing these options, right? So we can talk to Copilot, we can ask Copilot to explain the code, we can ask Copilot to fix the code if there is some issue, we can ask for review and comments, right? Code review comments, I mean, and then we can ask it to generate the document. We can generate the test cases as well for a particular page class, right? So let us try to understand one by one, right? So in order to talk to GitHub Copilot, we can click on this particular option, and here we can start our chat, right? So hello, could you please explain Playwright? So it should start responding. So Playwright is an open source automation library developed by Microsoft, right? So we can get more details about it, right? So this is one feature where we can talk to GitHub Copilot, right? Secondly, what we can use, we can ask it to explain the code, right? So let us say we want it to explain this particular class, right? So let us say we have simply clicked on this, and it has started working on this, right? So workspace, and it is working, right? I believe it is asking for the option whether we want to select a particular test case or entire suite. So let me click on this, and it has started looking for it. So the provided code is an end-to-end suite, so we can get the explanation of it, right? So if we, for example, want to get explanation of a particular block, we can right click, we can go to Copilot and we can click on explain, right? So it will explain that particular code of block, right? So this is explanation feature. One important feature is like suggestions. So for example, if I just started writing await, right? As soon as I started writing, it is suggesting something, right? If I click on tab, right, it will add that particular thing, right? Similarly, it is now giving me the next suggestion, right? I can click on again tab, right? It is then giving again new suggestion, right? So we can utilize this particular feature, which can help us identifying some corner cases, right? And we can like write the code quickly, right? So this is the purpose of this particular feature, right? Now let us navigate to different thing, fix, right? So for this purpose, right, so if we understand this particular code, let me close this. So we are logging into the application, we are logging we are first of all launching the application, we are then logging in, then we are verifying successful login, right? And here we are adding 2 items, right, one by one, right? So let us make minor change. So for example, inventory dot add product, so it is adding 2, right? But let us make it as 1, okay, which would be failure, right? So what we can do is we can now right click and go to Copilot and click on fix, right? And let us say whether it would be able to respond. So the issue is the poll is that assertion expect cart count to eventually match the expected value, but the current value is 1, which is incorrect since 2 products are added. So it can suggest us the fix. So if I click on accept, it will update it, right? So it will revert it back to 2, right? So this is also a good feature, because sometimes we are stuck in developing the code and we got into the issue, so we can take benefit of this particular feature to like fix the issue, right? Now let us discuss about another thing, review and comment, right? So this will give us code review comments. So let me click on this. Again, it is giving us option which part we want to take the code review comment, right? So let us give it test and let us see. So you see that it is now working on this, so it will give us some code review comments. So if you will see, this is there are 2 windows, right? So it is giving code review comment where we can accept the code review comment, right? And we can or we can discard it, right? So if I click on this, so this is first comment, right? The use of this, verify the count is correct, right? Apply and go to the next, right? So similarly, we can apply and go to the next as well, right? So likewise, it will give us many comments and we can apply it, right? So this is how we can fix the comments as well, right? So we can get the code review comments and we can fix it as well, right? So this is a wonderful feature to review the code, right? Now we can generate the document, right? So for that purpose, I'm going to click on here and I'm going to click on generate docs, right? So as soon as I clicked on docs, it has started generating the document for this particular page file, right? This particular test I'm in, right? So it has defined everything, right? If I click on accept, this particular code will be pasted here. If I click on close, this would be discarded, right? Right? So we discussed about this feature. Now let us discuss about test. So for that purpose, I'll navigate to login test, login page.js. So this login page follows the page object model where we have like objects or locators, or we can say elements of a page, the login page, and it has login related functionality as well. So now what we can do is we can right click, we can go to Copilot and we can click on generate test, right? And as a result, it will start generating the test cases, right? So it has created the test cases, right? So we can further ask it to cover like for example edge cases, we can ask it further, right? So now if I click on accept, right, you see that one test file is added, right? Now if I click on simply Control S, so it has added this particular file, right? So this is how we can generate the test cases as well with the help of Copilot, right? Now one more thing I want to cover is like how this GitHub Copilot work, right? So as we discussed earlier that for any AI tool to work, there is a LLM in the background. So here also you will see one LLM, right? So GPT-4o is selected by default. We can select any of these LLMs and we can get our answer, right? Now we have discussed about talking to GitHub Copilot with IDE, that is Visual Studio Code. Now let us go back to the slides and let us discuss about another feature of talking to Copilot with the help of GitHub website. So let me navigate here. So this is GitHub Copilot. This is the same project, which is a Playwright project, which we created with the help of Bolt AI tool, right? So here also we can talk to GitHub Copilot, right? So here you will find this particular icon, GitHub Copilot. So let me click on this, chat with GitHub Copilot. So it will automatically like attach this as a like repo, where whichever repo we are in, right? So here we can check, hi, could you please explain this repo? So let us wait for its response. Sure, the repository contains this, right? Could you please explain more, and see whether it would be able to respond. So it may be trying to getting inside into the files. So it got 20 references, and here it is explaining. So it is talking about page directory. Under page we have these many files, right? So before cloning a particular project, we can get to know about the framework or the repository, what exactly this particular repository is, right? And we can utilize it to understand how this particular repository will behave, right? So this is how we can utilize this particular feature, right? Talking about the next feature of talking to GitHub Copilot with the help of CLI, right? So for that purpose, we will have to follow some documentation, right? So I'm again going back to Chrome browser I'm in, right? So these are the documents, right, to integrate GitHub CLI. So first of all, we should have GitHub account, right? And then we have GitHub CLI installed. In my case, I have already installed, right? So this is the page which you can refer, available on GitHub itself, right? And in my case, I have Windows machine, so I have followed these steps, right? And I'm able to install it, right? After that, we need to use it, right? So once Copilot is installed, right? So first of all, GitHub CLI should be installed, and on top of it, Copilot and CLI extension should be installed, right? So for that purpose, these are the steps, right? So we can like install the CLI extension and to this particular GitHub Copilot CLI, right? We can log in into it with the help of GitHub, right? And we can add this as an extension, right? So this is how we can do it. Next step is, once we have integrated everything, now we can talk to it. So for example, it has few commands. So this is the command which is used actually. So let me open CMD and let me type help, right? So it will give me the list of commands. So we can use these commands. We can use alias, we can use config, we can use explain, suggest, right? Now, for example, let us copy this particular command and let us use this, right? So this particular thing will be explaining the command, right? So what exactly this particular sudo get is doing, right? So this is what I wanted to cover, guys. These are different ways we can talk to GitHub Copilot. We can talk it with the help of GitHub, IDE. We can talk it from the GitHub website. We can talk to CLI. So this is what I wanted to cover, guys. Thank you for watching. I would request you to please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you once again.